Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How the devil are we all doing? It's Thongs No G-Strings, and welcome to this week's Top 5 Camps. So just before we start, I want to make you aware, this intro's going to be a little bit longer than usual, but it'll all make sense, don't worry. I don't know what's in the water this week, but for some reason, there's been a mass influx of masochistic builders, and we've had 43 entries to the competition. So to make things a little bit more interesting, I've decided to make 3 separate top 5s, and each one is going to have its own, separate theme. This video, which is part 1, is going to focus on the 5 best clean builds that have been submitted. Part 2 is going to be the 5 most immersive builds, and part 3 is going to be unique and themed builds. So yeah, it's going to be a fun one, this. And of course, guys, I'm hoping that I get them all uploaded at roughly the same time. Anyhow, sorry for that long-winded intro. Let's take a look at this week's top 5 clean camps. In the number 5 spot, we have Goldfinger 76 with the Live and Let Die build. Now, this one is quite an interesting one. It's a tribute to Sir Roger Moore. Now, I will admit, I'm not that well up on James Bond, so I don't have a clue if this house is supposed to be one of his James Bondy kind of abodes, or whether it's just straight out of Goldfinger's rather unique imagination. Either way, it's quite a nice looking camp, this one. Now, stilted builds for me don't always tickle me fancy. 9 times out of 10, they're a floating monstrosity that are defying the laws of gravity. And yes, of course, there is exceptions to that before you bite me head off down in comments. I'm just saying it as a general thing. Anyhow, yeah, Goldfinger's build. We've got some pretty unusual shapes going down in the central section there, which is nice to see. It's better than just throwing down a standard square box on a couple of stair posts, isn't it? Aye, it does add to the build overall. I also really like the double roofs you've got going on, mate. Again, it's a nice little touch and it suits the build down to a T. And that little dock you've got going on down there, mwah, chef's kiss. That's top notch, that. I like that little feature for some strange reason. Now, on to the interior, and this is quite a random mixture of styles. I'm guessing you've gone for like different rooms with different movie kind of memorabilia in them. Possibly, maybe, yeah, I don't know. I could be chatting out my arsehole. Goldfinger, just let me know down in comments what you were going for with this. Either way, it's cool, mate. I like it. Overall, mein Freund, it's sehr schön. I really do like it. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 5 spot, mate. Very well deserved indeed. Coming in at number 4, we have Lady H with the Watoga Rose, and this thing looks absolutely crazy, don't it? That roof line is just mad, and I bloody well love it. We got more bloody angles than a maths class. We've got slopey boys, we've got triangle boys. It's just insane in a nutshell. Aye, Lady H, this one really does stand out. It's different, and we like a little bit of different on this channel, don't we? Aye, of course we do. The most impressive thing about this build, though, in my opinion at least, not that it means much, is the fact that you've incorporated it into a pre-existing structure, and you've done it quite nicely as well, to be fair. The concrete side of them brick walls is a surprisingly good match to that down monorail tower. It blends in really well, in all honesty, and it's different. I've never seen anybody build around this particular, we'll call it a pre-existing structure. Stump. Yeah, we'll go for a stump. Exterior-wise, Lady H, yeah, 10 out of 10 for absolute insanity, mad angles, and ingenuity. Now, onto the interior, and yet again, you've done a really good job on this. The decor is absolutely on point. You know, despite being in a concrete shell, effectively, it actually feels quite cozy, and that's quite unusual, you know. It's the kind of vibe you get from a log cabin or a really small and cramped kind of build, and this is quite obviously neither of them. Lady H, stellar work. Like I said, it's different, it really does catch the eye, and it has a really nice interior on it. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 4 spot. Very well deserved indeed. Right then, so how are you guys liking the build so far? Personally, I'm enjoying looking at every single one of them. However, I'm guessing there's some of you down in the comments thinking, you know what, I could do a better job than that. And to be honest, that could very well be true. However, unless I see the builds, I don't know, do I? Fortunately, mon petit fleurs, if you take a look in the description of this video, you'll see a link to my Discord, and if you click on that, funnily enough, it'll take you on over there and you'll see where you can submit your camps. It's literally that easy, guys. So come on, Click on the link, join the Discord, and show me what you can do. Anyhow, back to the top 5, and in the number 3 spot this week, we have Moonlight Cowboy with the Creek House build. And right off the bat, ladies and gentlemen, I love this location. It's absolutely amazing how well it's incorporated into the bridge. Top marks on that, Moonlight. I've said it before and I've said it again, it is so difficult building in and around pre-existing structures, especially things like this. You have items clipping, it's just a nightmare. But once again, Moonlight Cowboy has absolutely nailed it, ladies and gents. I mean, just take a look at it. That is fantastic work. 10 out of 10 on the exterior, my friend. Now onto the interior, and with this being featured in the clean build section, you're going to expect, well, a clean interior, aren't you? And that's exactly what you're going to see. This place is beautifully decorated, and some of the merge glitches are, top notch. I mean, just take a look at that apple bobbing thing inside the sink. That's really clever, and it looks really good. The use of the stone walls really adds to it as well. You could have placed down some normal, building set, but no, you've chosen to do something a little bit different, and I like that, mate. Moonlight, this build is absolutely gorgeous. I love how well it's incorporated into the bridge. I mean, you could just walk over the top of it and not even know it's there. And your decor as well. Again, it's top notch, my friend. You've done a really solid job on this one, pal. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 3 spot. Right then, coming in number 2, we have a new entrant to the competition. It's KH Corners with the Rippling Terrace build, and this thing is beautiful. I mean, guys, just take a look at that exterior. Those freestanding columns, I don't know why, but they just look incredible. It gives a kind of a sunken temple kind of vibe. I don't know why, it's just, that's what I'm seeing, alright? To put it simply, the exterior of this is gorgeous. I can't fault it in any way, and this location is an absolute Bobby Dazzler as well, let me tell you. Trust me, guys, if any of you are thinking of doing a build on water, try this location. I'll throw up an image on screen now. Can you see it? You can? Absolutely fantastic. Just give it a shot, you won't regret it. Now, on to the interior, and there isn't actually too much going on in here. It's quite modest, but we do have some, cool little merges like that soundbar you've made in the fireplace there. I do like that. And I must say, your bathroom looks extremely clean. You could probably eat your dinner off the floor in that. The pièce du résistance, as the Norwegians say, though, is that little hot tub you've made there. That is absolutely fantastic. What a clever idea that is. Honestly, that thing looks properly cool. Fair play to you. That is a really nice touch. KH, there's nothing really more to say. This build is absolutely gorgeous on every single level. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 2 spot. Right then, so now we come to the number 1 spot. And who do you think's got it this week? Well, unfortunately, I'm going to have to keep you waiting for just a little bit longer, because it's time for the honourable mentions section. Yes. And this week's honourable mention goes to Silver Bunny with the Riverbank Bungalow. And this thing is absolutely gorgeous. I've actually had the pleasure of seeing this in person. It is a really nice camp. Exterior-wise, I love the upside-down triangle window arrangement you've got going on down there. Yep, simply lovely. And I think it's a really clever use of the log cabin tables you've got going down there as steps. Again, it's a nice little touch. The interior is very much the same. It's very clean. It's very well put together. Aye, top job on this one, Bunny. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the honourable mention. Very nice work. Right then, so now we come to the number 1 spot, and I'm not going to keep you waiting for any longer. This week's winner is Alex P with the barn conversion camp, and this is gorgeous. That exterior, mwah, chef's kiss. Look at that, guys. It is bloody stunning. For a kick-off, I love the overhanging roofs. I think they suit this build right down to a T. They look absolutely fantastic, mate. Fair play on that. Staying with the subject of roofs, I think another thing that we can all appreciate is the skylights that you've put in as well. Again, another little touch that isn't really necessary, but it really does add to the overall effect. You know what, Alex? Fair play on that one, mate. You've knocked it out of the park. So fancy roofs aside, let's take a look at some of the other aspects of this exterior, and I think the most standout feature is the use of scruffy and immersive kind of building materials, mixed in with clean and modern looking stuff. It really does work. I didn't think it would do, but obviously it does. It's right in front of you. Alex, the exterior on this is amazing, my friend. The way you've put it together, the way you've designed it, and your use of some complicated building techniques to achieve this effect. Yeah, I appreciate your masochism on this one, pal. Now onto the interior, and much like the outside, it's clean, it's well put together, yeah, top marks, my friend. That kitchen counter you've made there is one of my favourite bits, but I think the standout thing is the barn doors, isn't it? I don't know how you've got them to free place like that, but yeah, it's really clever, and, well, it wouldn't really be a barn conversion without them, would it? Alex, you've done a stellar job on this one. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the #1 spot in the top 5 clean builds. Simply lovely. However, mon petit fleurs, that isn't it for this week. Make sure you tune into part 2, the top 5 most immersive builds of the week. I'll see you over there in a second.